Beijing launched a campaign called Operation Foxhunt in 2014 in more than 120 countries and regions. The Chinese regime claimed that its purpose was to hunt down overseas fugitive officials accused of corruption. Freedom House, a well-known non-profit organization in Washington, D.C., released a special report in early February, pointing out that China is actually seeking to carry out its political suppression in other countries under this program. China conducts the most sophisticated global and comprehensive campaign of transnational repression in the world, it wrote. The campaign targets many groups, including multiple ethnic and religious minorities, political dissidents, human rights activists, journalists, and former insiders accused of corruption. The Chinese Communist Party, CCP, claimed that Operation Foxhunt was intended to repatriate corrupt officials who have fled overseas. However, the report by Freedom House revealed that the so-called anti-corruption campaign is a vehicle for the CCP to seek to change international norms to better suit its objectives and interests. For instance, as the host of Epoch China 2014, the CCP introduced the Beijing Declaration on fighting corruption and successfully had APEC members endorse it. The regime has also put significant diplomatic effort into building bilateral legal relationships in order to hunt down its overseas targets more efficiently. Switzerland entered into a secret deal with China called Readmission Agreement in 2015. Agents from China's Ministry of Public Security are allowed to enter the country freely to monitor and intimidate their targets, including those targeted by Foxhunt. In October last year, a member of the Grand Council of Geneva, Switzerland, proposed a motion asking the Swiss government not to renew the agreement with the CCP as it violates human rights principles. In the United States, the Department of Justice and the Federal Bureau of Investigation prosecuted 8 Chinese agents who participated in Operation Foxhunt inside the country last year, and 5 of them were arrested. In July last year, FBI Director Christopher Wray, when giving a speech at the Hudson Institute, pointed out that the CCP has brazenly violated well-settled norms and the rule of law in its Foxhunt campaign. Current affairs commentator Lan Shu said that the CCP does not have extradition treaties with most of the Western countries, and it is unwilling to follow normal judicial channels when working with other countries, because it has its own secret agenda.
At present, Western countries basically regard the CCP as a quasi-enemy. Many of the Chinese nationals who fled China know some secrets about the high-level CCP circles, and they will likely apply for political asylum. During the process, they will expose these inside secrets to Western governments to justify that they are political descendants in the eyes of the CCP. Therefore, the CCP wants to secretly carry out tracking, eavesdropping, harassment, and intimidation against these individuals in other countries. It completely ignores the sovereignty of other countries and wants to do whatever it wishes to on foreign soil.
Christopher Wray also stated that many Chinese who were hunted by the CCP in the name of corruption were political rivals, dissidents, and critics seeking to expose China's extensive human rights violations. A typical intimidation message would tell them, return to China promptly or commit suicide. Officials at the Canadian Security Intelligence Agency also revealed that the CCP tried to silence dissidents in the Canadian Chinese community. The tactics they use are similar to the Foxhunt campaign. For instance, the CCP may threaten to retaliate against their family members in China. It was revealed that the Chinese consulate in Houston used to be the base of Operation Foxhunt and the largest shelter for CCP espionage activities in the United States. In July last year, the consulate was ordered to close by the US government. On January the 13th, the US Department of Homeland Security announced a strategic action plan stating that the CCP's Foxhunt campaign monitors, threatens, and harasses Chinese citizens, US citizens, and green card holders in the United States. The action plan called for US Immigration and Customs Enforcement and US Citizenship and Immigration Services to strengthen immigration vetting and monitoring in order to counter the threat posed by the CCP. The Freedom House report also warned that countries around the world should avoid assuming that anti-corruption is neutral ground, as broader engagement with the CCP may lead to serious and unexpected consequences. Due to the new restrictions on social media, our channel may be affected. If you'd like to stay tuned to our channel and receive notifications and updates, please provide us with your email by clicking the link below. Thank you for your support.